Hey, thanks for tuning in again to Piece of Chaos. My guest this week is comedian and writer and performer Melanie Baldonado. I've known Melody for a long time, since back in the early days of doing stand-up when we used to do this crazy pizza place in the Valley called The Rack. And she's just super wonderful person, and I think you'll enjoy our conversation. So please welcome Melanie Baldonado.
So, one, it's good to be back out there for sure. It's great to just, I don't know, just, it's also really exciting to have dates in a calendar again.
Yeah.
The things that we took for granted a little, put in like Google Calendar and just like, okay, I have a show on this day, and it's where I leave my home.
Yeah.
And I have done recently one kind of online show, and surprisingly, there were a lot of people in that Zoom room. And it's got a strong following for an online show, but I guess there are some people who are still really cozy with sitting on their couch and listening to stand-up comedy.
That's kind of cool.
In a live setting. Yeah, so, but that's it. But yeah, getting out there for sure. I have been, I just got a little bit more bold too. Like, I'll see someone's headlining somewhere and I'll just message them. Just like, hey, I see you're coming to here. I see you're going out there. Can I drop in? Do you need a host? Because I know I have a very strong skill in hosting.
Yeah. And
I know not everybody does, and not everybody likes to host, and I know a lot of people don't want to get caught in that sort of genre as only a host, which
it's a great skill.
Work is work.
It's an incredible skill.
To me, yeah. But work is work, and
Yeah, it's.
So I just figure that.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, so I just.
It's such a good skill.
Bombing everybody on their DMs.
Good. Why not? I mean, how else, dude? Nobody else. I mean, this is not like a critique of you by any stretch, but like, nobody's thinking of anybody. You know what I mean? Like, you're not on anybody's mind. Like, you know, like in general, like shit is crazy right now. So like, especially somebody who's already like just doing what they can to like stay on it. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. If you're feeling bad about doing it, because it's just like, well, you know, this shit ain't easy, and it's not easy to get a room. It's not easy to get a show. It's not easy to get time. And you, as a parent, have to plan that shit precisely. So
yes,
you're in a good spot to do that. I mean, that's literally why it's the only way I can operationalize doing stand-up is running my own show. Like, so I don't know if that makes me a hobbyist or whatever, but like, I couldn't do it every day. I couldn't. Like, there's nowhere that exists. So I think that you're getting that skill, like you already had that skill, but like deploying the skill of being a good host, like what a relief. I know when Brian and I were doing Comedy Ahoy for all those years, there was a good stretch of like, I want to say like maybe it was shorter, but I feel like I let it go for a long time that I didn't even entertain the idea of being a host on that show, because I booked it and he hosted it. Like, and I wasn't doing it to be mean. It was just like, that was just what it was. And then one night, I want to say it was like a few months in, but it could have been more than a year. Like, I was just blind to it. You know what I mean? And he was like, hey, would you host? Because I'm tired of hosting. And I was just like, oh, I guess I can give, okay. And then from then on, we switched every other month. And it is a whole completely different thing. It is a completely different thing. It changes everything about the night when you're hosting as opposed to when you have a spot. So like, you're filling a valuable need, you know, like I think.
It's there's that transition too, that because one is you want the audience to be what they're excited to be there from the get anyway. Yeah. It's a comedy show. They're out. There's drinks. Some people it's like the first date. Yeah. For some people it's a date night in a marriage. For some people it's a birthday. It's friends going out. Some people it's just like one person. They're just like I just need to laugh. Yeah. So you have this whole mixture of people that are there, and then that first person that they see, they really want to feel connected with. So it's that part of one, helping them feel connected, but also making sure that they don't feel like they have the authority to talk out at you.
Yeah.
But also engaging, like, oh, so who's celebrating? One thing that somebody told me is ask who's celebrating a birthday. Just, like the hosts do that. And so I was like, okay, so I was asking that, and that wasn't anything that I'd done in the past, but only one time was nobody celebrating a birthday in a patch house.
Wow.
And then I was stumped because I was like, all right, who's having a birthday next? And someone was like, I could lie. I was like, okay, when's your birthday? So it was like this inner joke where we made her the birthday girl. But it's a good recommendation. But then I started to wonder how many people regularly come to comedy clubs and they know that's going to be the question. I would rather not have.
Oh, I see where you're coming from. Like it's just hacky a little bit.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I wonder.
What if everybody does that? What if all the hosts?
I wonder if it's cleverly to find the mess, because a lot of times a birthday party or a bachelorette or a bachelor party get crazy, and you're trying to identify it maybe early. I don't know. That's tough.
Oh, I have a theory. If it's a bachelorette party, I have a mean theory. It's a mean theory.
Go for it.
Okay, here's why it's a mean theory. Okay, hold on. Let me say a really quick prayer before I say this, because I know that I could get really dinged for this. The theory on the bachelorette party is that this is supposed to be celebrating the night, one of the nights, as like a single lady, and it's all about the girl. Like it's supposed to be this sort of like festival, even of like womanhood. Like I don't get the penis straws and if I were to get married, I wouldn't be on board with that. The penis cookies, like all those things, the things that like the traditions, but they're their traditions, whatever. But it really is supposed to be celebrating your friend. This is the last time you're going to have your friend as kind of like to yourselves a little bit. As the girls, because a female in marriage really change. Is supposed to take, it's a dedicated role to somebody else, a new family. Yeah. So there's it's rare. You don't get the girls' night with her like you used to. So the night is really supposed to be all your attention, all eyes on her. In a way, for your friends, really, that's why the veil is there. A little bit of attention, but unless the bachelorette wants this, and this is her choice, to go to the comedy club, if the friends elect to take her to the comedy club, then something tells me that she is incredibly self-centered and vain, and they just can't bear. They're just one more night where it gets where it's got to be all about her. Every time we go somewhere, it's all about her. And now we have to dig in and make this night. Can we just have just one block of time? Just give us an hour where we can just not do this just for an hour. And then we'll go and we'll do the whole oh my God, she's getting married. That sounded bad.
Have you tried that on stage? Because that's incredible.
No. So that is my theory, and that is why
I love that.
It's always a train wreck when there's a bachelorette party.
Yeah.
It's rarely have I seen the and then the whole again though it's a very contradictory thing.
Yeah.
Because it is supposed to be about her, and you're taking her to a place where the center of attention is on stage and not her. Not that you at the bar, she's not going to be the center of attention, but for you guys, she is. Like, I had the best bachelorette party experience with a girlfriend who never got married, but it was the best party.
Yeah.
I like loved it. Like, we went to Vegas, we had bottle service. We kept it very close. Like, in Vegas, you know how people are like, oh, hey, do you want to come to my table? Do you want, like, you know, like, hey, come party with us, blah, blah, blah. And we were like, no, because we just wanted it to be us girls. Yeah. So we kind of we got called B words a little bit, but I do have a story about what happened this night in Vegas. And I did something that could be considered as like very sexist, but it's not my fault. Do you remember, have you ever seen a surf magazine?
Sure.
You know the reef sandals?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. You know how the reef sandals are basically a girl in a bikini from the backside, and usually that bikini is a thong. So you just see kind of like
ads.
Booty, the sandals.
Okay.
Yeah, just like the backside of a lady, like full on tush, like the whole peach, sandals, and then the back of her hair. Right? Okay. So we had been drinking a little bit, and then like this guy and this girl come over, and he's like, "Hey, you know, asking us questions. Where are you from?" And I'm kind of like the honest person. Like, and I was like, "Hey, you know, we're celebrating my friend's bachelorette party, so we just wanted to just hang out with just us girls and in our group because this is a special night for her." And so he blows past me, doesn't even hear it. He's like, "Oh, this is Sydney. She's a reef model." And I don't know. Again, I had been drinking. Instead of looking her in her eyes, I ended up like looking behind at her butt, and like she had every reason to be offended, but I don't know, like you can't like open with she's a reef model, and me, I don't know why I thought I was going to recognize her from her backside. I didn't, but I did that, and I was just like, oh, this is bad. And then like he was like, forget it. He was like, girls from LA are crazy. And like he like walks away, but I was like, how would anybody with a nice butt could say they're a reef model? Anybody.
Well, and get in Vegas, I guess. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. That is true.
Dude,
this is Sydney. And how many... Sydney's a great name for a model, too.
Hey, what?
I'd buy it.
Yeah. I mean, sounds to me like they were having a fun night. And you guys... oh,
yeah. No, we had a blast, though. It was Vegas, bottle service.
Did you have to scream at each other the whole time? Like, wasn't it really loud? Like, that part boggles my mind. Like, how that would be the choice. Like isn't it like...
So we were...
like, loud in a place like that?
We bounced from a few clubs. So that club that we were in at the time was kind of like a dinner type of club. So it wasn't like the loud music. It was like more like people walking around. There were tables. It was like, I think it might have been like a rooftop sort of area too. Okay. So it was like more chill. And then we ended up going to a club. And then of course we went to a strip club. And I think I saw my first, the butt implant thing there. And, yeah, so we did the strip club and yeah, you know, and
wait,
we did everything.
Tell me about the butt implant.
We like checked it was just very apparent. There was nothing. This was like,
was it helping?
I don't know if it didn't settle right. It probably looks good in pants.
Oh, okay.
But in not pants, you could kind of see like a ridge, you know, like a double bubble kind of thing going on. Yeah. And I was like, oh no, that's not natural at all. So it just, also this was before Ben was born. So we're talking pre-2016. So the butt surgeries have advanced from what I understand.
They've gotten better
since then, but pre-2016, we're talking like this, it just did not settle in right. And then two, it looked too much like a shelf, you know? It's like, and the thing is like, we grew up with what we had J-Lo before J-Lo was big J-Lo. You know what I mean? Like big time J-Lo. Like we had Rosie Perez. We had people with like bodies and like, you know, like dancers sort of booties. And a dancer booty is a nice, like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like nobody's booty sits straight like this and then goes like this. It's not like, You know
It's
what I
very
mean?
odd. I don't understand. Like, I just feel like that's something that I'm too old to ever understand. Like, it's just, I'm like, I'm never going to get it. Like,
So I just told two booty stories, by the way. I just realized that. The reef model booty and now that booty. I guess it was just a nice night of booties. But we did, the next day after the party, after all of that, we ended up spending the day in the hotel room and we ate mushrooms and we listened to music and it was beautiful.
Nice.
And we like really connected on a spiritual level. And then fast forward, and she did not end up getting married.
Interesting.
To him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do you redo the bachelorette party again at some point then?
Well, I feel like now we're so mature. I don't think we could ever blow it out like that again.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine.
You know, like,
I couldn't imagine.
Like that's
my buddy had what was to me like the coolest bachelor party ever. He got married fairly recently, right before pandemic times, and we're much older, much more mature. And his thing was like, hey, and this is amazing. Like I could never thank him enough for this whole experience. But his whole thing was like, hey, I'm gonna be here at this house on Kauai. If you can get there, everything else is on me. Like literally just like show up, get on a plane and show up at this amazing beachfront house. Like, and there was enough of us that it was just like a super chill, like, holy shit, bonding trip, in the most beautiful place ever. Like he hired a chef. Like it was crazy. It was so crazy. Like I still think about it all the time. Like what a amazing thing to do, A, and then B, like, I can't believe I got to go. And I think like that it should be that big of a deal, but it gets watered down into this just mayhem mess that ends up at a comedy show.
Yeah.
And most of the people are just like, oh my God, just leave everybody alone for an hour. This is the only way she'll do it. Like, holy shit, that's funny.
So it's I'll say this. I used to work on a golf course, and sometimes there were bachelor parties on the golf course. They would rent out the whole course for all their friends, or not even all, they didn't even have all their friends, but they had the whole course themselves, and they would just get plastered. And, or not, some of them, some of them not, but they just had a grand old time. And then they would meet at the clubhouse and just have beers and just celebrate. And then they would go home.
Yep.
And I was like, dude, there were times when I thought about if I were to have a bachelorette party, because I'm very equal opportunity employer kind of person. Yeah. So it's kind of like, if he's going to have strippers, I'm not going to, like, I don't like that. I just don't. I don't understand. Like, if you're committed to someone, if you're committed, then you're committed. Do you know what I mean? And it's like the whole party where like you have like some, like you hire someone to like put their, like just everything related to that, I think is just so weird.
It's very strange.
But if he's going to have strippers, right? If he's going to have strippers, then what can I get that doesn't bother my conscience?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So
I was thinking that I could get like mud wrestlers, dudes.
I think dudes will do anything for money. So yeah, go for it.
I know. So I was thinking I could get that because like it'd be entertainment, right? It'd be like cool, like, and it'd be kind of like, I guess the equivalent because they'd be in their underwear or Speedos, you know what I mean? But I'm still like, I don't, but then it's like, now I feel like I'm like sexualizing or like paying, it's like, I don't know. Like,
what activity of men in the wild would be useful to watch? Like, you can't put the same paradigm together. Like seeing somebody build a shelf or like, like what like, holy shit, they know how to do laundry. Like, where does it land in the, right?
No way. I could like hire someone to bake cookies for us in his underwear.
But what I'm saying is like the underwear part. Like,
well, we smoke joints and cigarette. I don't smoke a joint anymore. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? We're like, like add the chocolate chips. No, you gotta add more vanilla, son. No, what do we do? I don't know. I just like, I just feel like commitment is supposed to be a certain thing, you know? And I know that usually like guys don't like the idea. Matt, I don't know if you know what happens at some bachelorette parties.
I don't care. I can't.
But like at some, because remember, like with the one where we went to Vegas, there were like no other males involved except for the one who transitioned into a female later because he was in our friend group. So that's different. But what I mean is like there's like we didn't have like there was no male stripper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there was nothing. Like we went to like a girl strip club because I guess like you check off the list type of thing, but we didn't even spend very long in there. It was just like, okay, just so and then, so either way, but I have been to bachelorette parties where I had to go, like I just can't see, it's weird for me. Like some women they're all about it. They're like, dude, the Jew, that stripper dude, the dancer, whatever you want to call him, like he's strong and he like lifts up some chick over his shoulders. And so she's straddling his face. I don't ever want to straddle a stranger's face. Okay. Like, no. And then there's money involved in this. It's like, I can't.
It's bananas.
Yeah, like it's too much for me. Like, so, and this is like a female bachelor party. So or female bachelorette party. So I don't even want to know how like, and then I've heard stories of like how the father-in-law paid for the strippers for the bachelor party. And it just kills me. It's like, if my dad bought strippers for my future husband, I would freaking never talk to my dad again.
You want to know my theory?
I'd be like, Dad, like, tell me your theory.
So I think I could be totally wrong. Reminder, like I'm very old. But like, I think it's a dying thing in what it was. And it was perpetuated because of like that movie Bachelor Party. Like at some point, and The Hangover, like perpetuated it again. Great movie, hysterical. But like there's this level of expectation for what these parties are supposed to be that I don't think most people like that are on them. Like it's not super fun. Like it's a lot to deal with. And it's very strange. The whole thing is very strange. So like I don't feel like it can't, but I could be wrong. Like maybe it's just a rite of passage, and if you're getting married under 30 or whatever, like at some point, like you just do that, and that's a whole business. But like, I don't know, dude. It seems crazy. It doesn't seem fun at all. Like nothing about it is fun.
Yeah, you know, it's
your day 2 with the mushrooms and sitting around is what sounds like fun to me. Like listening to music.
That was beautiful. I'll be connected. I mean, we were already close. We were already tight, and it was only 5 of us in there. So, but I mean, but I know how you are. I mean, you're very medical mushroom person. And I am a very, like once a year, I think it is one of the most healthy type of cleanses I can do for myself.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely about that side of it.
There's a reverence to it. Like they are a amazing tool put here on the earth. So I think there's a reverence to it, and you almost no better use than what you described in some cases for that kind of connection with people at important milestones of their life. You know, it's cool.
I'm not going to say the year that this happened, but at one point, one of my friends was ceasing antidepressants. And she was in like the first month where she like couldn't feel anything.
Yeah.
Where she just like the emotions just were not there yet. And I was like, hey, before you go to sleep, do you want a microdose? It's just a teeny dose. Yeah. It's not gonna take you on any sort of journey, but you want a little microdose just to kind of help like cleanse whatever's going on. So she was like, okay. So I gave her a little microdose. I went to bed with a little microdose. My body felt very calm and relaxed. And then the next day we were talking, and we were talking like serious stuff because we're good friends. And she started crying about something, and then she's like, oh, this is the first time I've felt anything in a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's like, I felt a real emotion in a month, and like a deep emotion, to cry, like a cry. And I was like, there we.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you on that. I think that they're an incredible tool, and they've been very underused, and I'm very happy that people are studying them more now. And also that people who need them have access to them.
Do you think you figured your shit out almost instantaneously with having your kid? Like, isn't that like the biggest wake up call? It was for me. So I'm just curious, like, your experience, because I've known you a long time. I've known you before kids. So like,
yes,
it's an interesting thing to analyze sometimes.
The priority shifted the moment that I knew that I was pregnant. Like, I mean, that was crazy in itself. The survival, it is kind of like you go into a survival type of mode. Yeah. I don't know how to explain, but survival for you, survival for your family. It all kind of changes in that relation. Like, everything I do incorporates a desire to make a better life for him. Like, every part, whether like going on stage, rehearsing, research, reading, everything cleaning up his Legos. I mean, everything is to make a better life, not just for me, but for him, and hopefully for his children. Yeah. So even church takes on a different meaning, because like now I'm so particular, or there was one time when I was going, I went to a church, not because I particularly liked the church, because he really liked the children's service. So I would live stream the church that I liked, and I would take him in person to a church that I was like, it was okay. It was okay. Churches are all different though. You know what I mean?
Did you grow up with religion?
Yes. I grew up with a lot of religion, and then I took a lot of time off. And, what's really interesting is that mushrooms were one of the things that helped me reconnect with God. Like, not just God as a creator, but God as a source, God as an almighty, the intelligence level of a greater being. Like, mushrooms definitely helped me connect. And every time, if I've only microdosed once, by the way, that time with a friend, every time I've ever utilized them, it's always drawn me to a deeper appreciation. But that's not exactly religion.
Right.
That's different. Yeah. So, but in the context of my own faith, who I was drawn to fits all of those descriptions of everything that's within my own faith, which is Christianity. Mm-hmm. So, but I spent a long time not knowing if there was a higher being. Or maybe I remember thinking like, well, maybe there is a higher being, and that being created us, and then that being like left us, because look at how crazy the world is. And that is how someone's mentality can be when what they're doing is watching the news every day.
Yeah.
And they're not seeing the things that people do for each other, the good things, the way that neighbors help each other out, or the people who are building Habitat for Humanity, because that doesn't sell fear.
Right.
That doesn't sell nervousness like the news. I mean, in the pandemic, when we went through it too, I remember just that high alert that I had forgotten. Do you remember after 9/11, how they used to have the red alert and the orange alert, like every single day, these alerts? And it feels like there's money to be made, and there's
the security color of the country at the airports and shit.
Oh, of the country. Yes. So all of that being said, when that's not in your face so much, and you're able to take in the good, and to be able to spend time with people and bond and see, especially with other parents and kids, and just how pure they are. Yeah. When you're able to see all of that, it kind of helps you not Not well, that wasn't what made me believe in God, by the way. But I can tell you what didn't was the news. The news and the bad stories and how people hurt each other, and then, kids getting abused and animals being abused, and like all of, like, I was like, I don't know, but like I think God probably threw his hands up and was, or hers, whatever, right? Because God isn't a gender. Threw their hands up and was like, I tried. You guys, I made you guys one way and you want to be this way. So peace. So that's how I kind of looked at it for a long time. And then I was in a physiology class in school, and it was through just learning about the human body and what it does at rest and what it does when it's stressed and what it does, like homeostasis, how our body regulates itself to keep us alive and breathing, and how it adapts, like the way that we have muscles. Yeah. It just learning about the incredible human body, and that's it. And then the fact that there are fish in the ocean and then birds in the sky. And I was thinking, like, there's no way whoever made us would never leave us. Huh. And then that's when I began my real search for God. And I did it, reading about a lot of the major religions. And then I ended up coming back to Christianity. Not that I came back on purpose, but I think God kind of did that. And when people talk about the Holy Spirit, I think that it's easy to connect to the higher power when we're on mushrooms because all of the barriers are broken down. But when you're not on mushrooms, you can still connect. And so I ended up feeling the Holy Spirit. Someone invited me to church, and I went because I felt guilty because she was Black, and I told her that I'd never been to a Black church, which was honest, right? Which is honest. It was in Kentucky, and I said, well, I've never been to a Black church. And she said, Miss Melanie, there are no Black churches or white churches. There are just God's churches. And I felt like, oh, shoot. And so I had to go. And then I went, and then I felt the Holy Spirit, and I was like, okay. So that was it. So now we're here. And yes, I have gone to churches that are not necessarily my church, just for my kid. And why? Because for me, if he can connect to a belief or a spirituality, then I would rather have him do it. And again, I'll live stream my regular church. My regular church, they filmed theirs. So, but they just opened a church in Calabasas. And so we've been going there, and I love it, and he loves it. And so now I can go to a church and that we both like. So here we go.
So interesting.
But yeah, I know it sounds kind of weird because there are probably a lot of Christians out there that are like, she's talking about drug use and Jesus in the same context, and this is sacrilegious. But I don't necessarily think so.
Yeah, no, I don't think at all.
Now, why? I don't know. But it doesn't bother me. It does not. I don't see mushrooms as a drug. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
I don't.
It's a bad term.
See them as,
it's a bad term. It grows out of the ground. I think it's been around longer than anything we ever imagined. I don't know if we talked about this, but you would love the book, The Immortality Key. Do you read that by any chance?
No, I don't have that book.
Dude, you will love it. You will love it, love it. It's by this dude, Brian Murray-Eskew, and he basically explores the origins of, the Christian faith, religious faith in general, but his claim, which is now backed by a lot of things that are being discovered, whole classes that are starting and stuff, archaeology that's changed as a result of his book, that, Christianity was based on, psychedelic ritual led by, women at the time. This was their specialty. This was this is the Eleusinian mysteries. It's unbelievably interesting to really think about. I grew up Catholic and have walked away from it as an adult, but I think about the origins of everything all the time. It's interesting to think about. And I think people having a framework to like find that for themselves is fine, as long as you don't tell everybody else what to do. Like, that's kind of my thought on it, you know, like it's pretty crazy. I mean, something's going on. That's kind of the way I look. I'm like, something's going on. Like, this is
like there's like something put this together. I don't know. It is. I think. I think that life is pretty incredible, and it can be very beautiful. It's not easy, and especially being a parent and budgeting and trying to live in those margins and with what we do. During the school year, I work at a school, and then in the summer, it's like focused on entertainment and it's focused on comedy. And I was like poised to try to be a writer's assistant over this past summer, and then the writers went on strike, and then SAG went on strike, and so there's stress. Yeah. There's for sure stress because the summer budget that I thought I would normally have, definitely don't have that.
Yeah.
So, but there's stress, but at the same time, there's a lot of prayer on my behalf from me and for me. And I definitely do have that trust that, have a lot of trust in God. I'll say that. Yeah. So just working, I don't know, but one thing that the pandemic did teach me comedically is how to just work in the quiet.
Huh. Yeah.
So, so many times we were working on stage. We were working out new jokes on stage. We didn't have that. Yeah. So now I have a microphone here because I produce shows and everything, and I have a mic stand. And so sometimes Ben goes to sleep and I just start working out new jokes here. Yeah. And it's a lot of writing. So just working in the quiet. Now, the drawback of that is that some people think that people have this mentality that if they don't see you at the clubs or they don't see you like shaking hands and networking and all of that stuff, like you're not working.
Yeah.
But then it's like you show up and you deliver, and they're like, oh, okay, well, I guess
there's no
like just because you don't see someone working doesn't mean they're not.
And there's no right or wrong way to do it. Like, like there is ways that work, there's ways that don't work. Some people that it just doesn't matter. Like, there's no rules. So, like, that's why, to me, it's like this camaraderie that's built, this respect level that you have, this instant connection you have with comics, regardless of when, like, it's, to you, it's one show, you're meeting them, it's cool. You're not watching them every day. You know what I mean? So, like, you respect if they're good. That's it. And you hope to see him again. And time, especially in this weird town, takes a long time for shit to happen. People start working on things and 10 years later, it comes back up. Like, it's so crazy. Like, scripts or shows or, it's, it's really weird. And it's even weirder now with everything that's going on, like with the strikes. And, we were just talking about tonight, like all these shows that ended on a big cliffhanger are like, yeah, we'll be back in 2027. It's just like, what? Like, I'm just supposed to just wait, huh? Okay. Like, it's crazy. And, man, I don't know. It's weird, but I think from a comedy perspective, like you were saying earlier, like putting yourself out there, hosting whenever you can means you're going to meet people, you're going to get your sets in, you're going to work on that muscle of, working with crowds, being responsible for the show in that way, carrying it from one to the next. And it is just the best. Like, it's the best. No, whether you're hosting or just doing the show, like it's I really missed it. So
no,
it's fun to go back, even if it's only once in a while.
So one thing that I like that's happening right now is that the comedy clubs in LA are selling out. So people are looking for comedy, and the indie shows are doing great too. And there's so much talent where we live that it's like you don't have to be like that main club to see good comedy. You could see the indie shows.
Yeah. And you figure most people don't go. And if they do go, the club is a whole other level. It's way more expensive. And I'm not putting them down because they're great. Like, I loved every time I did a club, I loved it, you know? But it's built for comedy. It's like going to your personalized best case scenario. It's awesome. It's the big leagues. Like, doing a set in the original room at the Comedy Store is like no other place on earth. It's incredible, especially if it's sold out. Like, they're not there to see me. That's a different conversation, but holy shit, is it awesome. Like, they laugh at your jokes. That's huge. That's huge. They don't know who you are, and you did it. And it's just like, man. So it's a whole different thing, but the skill, the art of comedy requires people that are strangers. And I was such a snob of location prior, you know, like, even, you know, in that, like, I wanted everywhere to become a comedy club, but it wasn't, you know what I mean? So I would get these rooms that were not fit for comedy and try to do my best. But, like, dude, the pandemic opened everything up. Like, nobody gives a shit. Have a good show at a place people like to go, and it'll be fine. You know, like, if it's meets all your criteria, that's better. But, like, you know, I think sound system's still important. I think people still need to understand the art of the sound system more effectively. But with that in mind, you can pretty much do a show anywhere. It's acceptable outside shows. I didn't think about online shows, but the fact that that's still happening is amazing. Why not? Especially if it's like a income stream, you know, like that's a like a portion of, you know, a corporate gig. Like, it's a doable corporate gig. I bet you there's tons of money in that.
Yeah.
You could probably do that pretty easy, you know, hire you to host things.
Yeah, but the delay, there's still a delay.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Not as much anymore.
You have to,
not as much anymore.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's like you have to, even in the last one, I remember saying ahead of time that I didn't like doing online shows very much because it messed with my timing. And so, because you end up stepping on your jokes, you don't understand that it's almost like you have to say your joke and then you wait. And then in the middle, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about the delay. So I said the joke and then I said 1, 2, 3, like, because I saw and started laughing. Yeah. I was like, all right, 3 seconds. So then I said like another thing. I was 1, 2, 3. And they were laughing, but it was like, this is what I needed to do it's just, I don't know. Comedy is comedy, and it's great to make people laugh. And it's truly a gift to have something like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been wonderful.
I can't wait to see you perform again, because it's been a long time. And I remember the first time I saw you, I was like, she is really, really good. She's really, really good. And that was at the Rack.
Thank you.
Like
the pizza parlor.
long time ago. And you were doing
That's
voices
right.
and stuff. I was like, holy shit, man.
That's right.
That's
right. I've been working on the
good.
voices. I'm actually working on, I can tell you the beginning of it because I don't care, but this is probably going to be the most intensive bit I've ever worked on ever. And it definitely takes me out of my wheelhouse because I have never been a dancer. Okay. But like, I'm telling you what the premise is, because I've already posted kind of like the start of it on Instagram. And this was back when I worked in retail, and they used to have these loss prevention meetings like all the time. Yeah. And I worked in that store for a long time, so I've already heard everything. There's only so many ways to steal. But then one day the boss comes with a memo, and she was like, so we need to look out for flash mob dance groups. They're coming to retail areas, and while they are dancing, they have groups of people stealing merchandise. While they are dancing and distracting the employees, there are other people there to steal merchandise. So first, I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious that she's reading this because, one, I worked at Tory Burch, and it's one of those packed stores where it's just like tight little, there's no shelves and racks, and like there's not even a lot of places to walk. So they think that somebody's going to come in here and dance. We need to look, someone else needs to look out for that. I don't know who needs to look out for this, but not us. So I'm kind of already laughing a little bit at the idea that they think a flash mob dance group is going to walk into Tory Burch. But then, so I like laughed a little bit. But then like the assistant manager was like, it's not funny. It's not funny, Melanie. This is organized crime. I was like the mafia? She was like, she goes, yes. This is what they're doing now.
They're doing flash mobs?
Like, I was like, I'm
the mafia
dying.
does flash mobs?
I'm dying because yes! But she said it like this is the only thing they're doing now. Like the way that she said it. And I was like, and I'm like ready to laugh and like, but like everybody, not everybody, but like my coworkers like looked at me like, shut up, you're going to make this meeting last longer. Like, don't say a word. So I'm like dying on the inside that I'm the only person who thinks like, who is going to like, not everyone's going to pretend to buy into this but me. So I'm writing this set about a mob don who's leading rehearsal. So it's like, so I've done it a few times on stage, but it takes a lot of work. And then also when you do a character too, it's like, it's not just the voices, right? Like the jokes have to be there. Like you can do a voice all day long, but if he's not saying anything funny or if she's not saying anything funny, then so what? It's just a voice. Like I know that I know like I should not say this name out loud, but I'm going to say it out loud anyway. So recently in our area, like people who have done voices and impressions and like throughout their set, like Chris D'Elia is well known for that. And he's very talented. He's very talented. I think that some people refer to him as far as like the impressionists and the voices and the characters and all of that. But I think that Jim Brewer had the best, and Jim Brewer and Tommy Davidson. I think that those are up here. Like not only because of the ability to do the characters, but because of the way that they either intermix them or the way that they had, it was related to something. Yeah. It wasn't just doing a character just like making fun of a person just because you could do it and fit the physicality and do the voice. But Jim Brewer's over drinking, when drinking all the alcohols, when he was the Irishman and the tequila, and like that to me is one of the most perfect comedic pieces ever done to incorporate characters. Like I think it's absolutely flawless. And so for me, when I look at character work, it's like I don't want to just do it to do it. Like it has to fit something. And I just don't want to, I don't know. Like sometimes I think that comedians who can do characters sometimes will like reach out like a lasso and bring a character in that doesn't even really have a place in it just because they can do it. So to me, it's like, it doesn't, like, it's cool. You can do those characters, but it just like, I don't know. Like Tommy Davidson also has two that are incredible. One is the Telemundo, where he just does a slew of all the characters from the little person talking to the announcer to like, I mean, just everything. It really showcases his talent. But one of my favorites is when he talks about the only person who can talk down a white woman asking for a manager is an Indian manager. And he has the back and forth where he does the guy with the Indian accent and the lady with the white accent. And it is flawlessly done, and it is hilarious, and the jokes are there and the mannerisms are there. So to me, when it comes to character work, I really want, for one, the jokes to be there, but also like, I could do a mafia character, right? It's not like, that's not a hard thing, but it fits in this thing, and why not? But the dancing, no. So for me, I have to learn these dances, and I've never been like a show dancer because now he's leading dances, but it kind of fits because like you can't really see a mob guy like doing the snake or whatever, like doing the Humpty dance, because that's like going to fit. So I guess like I'll make it work, but it's
funnier if they're bad, like kind of.
Oh my God. I think it's going to be bad, but it's going to work. But when I tell you that I've studied over 100 hours worth of like mob research videos.
Which mob? Flash or real mob?
Podcasts. Real mob. I'm talking podcasts. I'm talking, okay, like I watched, you know, that Vlad TV?
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't know that so many people hate this guy. I guess like a lot of people can't stand this man. But, like, okay. But I don't care because he had one of my favorite mobsters. Okay. My favorite mobster is still alive, and his name is Michael Francis.
Okay.
Do you know who he is? Okay. All right. So Michael Francis is actually, he's okay, I can tell you why he's my favorite mobster. Okay, not that I don't know if he killed anyone or anything like that, but this is why he's my favorite mobster. Okay. No, okay. One, when I first learned about him, it was in this like Christian movie, and he like totally like met this girl in a jacuzzi. And she was beautiful, and she was like, "I'm a Christian." He was like, "Well, then I guess I gotta be one too." And he married her. Okay?
All right.
So I was like, who is this girl? And what does she look like? But he like now he like goes and he speaks, and he always like talks about God first, but he talks also about this former life. But one thing that he did that he went to prison for, which I think is incredible, is they did like a point, this like tax sort of thing on like gasoline. So they basically made millions and millions and millions of dollars by stealing from the actual government. Every time people pumped gas at these certain gas stations, they just shaved pennies on the gallon. So I think it's so brilliant. I'm like, oh my God, like that's what you do. That's what you do. That's like the Robin Hood. Yeah, you steal from the government and like you line your pockets. Like, who cares? That's like, right? Because I mean, they're stealing from us every day. So the problem is that I shouldn't be like liking, but I think like this is great because he's my favorite mobster. So, but they had him. It was him, and then it was Sammy the Bull Gravano, yeah. And they're like going like not really head to head, but they're just supposed to be talking about the life, and then Sammy's getting pissed off because Sammy's like, "Well, you ratted people out," and Michael's like, "I never ratted anybody. What are you talking about? I never ratted anybody else." They're like going head to head. Then Sammy's like, "You wouldn't have gotten in if it wasn't for your father." Like, you know, like your father got you in. I had to get my bones. I had to like street dance. So Sam is like bringing up all this like old stuff. And like Michael's got to like hold his ground. You could tell he's kind of loosened a little bit, but he's like holding his ground on this. But I've like watched these types of videos, like hours and hours of podcasts to make sure that the terms that I use are accurate, to make sure like if I refer to any names in here, like they're accurate names, like just the research that goes into this. And I watch Goodfellas. Like I probably watch Goodfellas every single week for 3.5 months.
Nice.
Goodfellas, and I bought a Bronx Tale. So I bought a Bronx Tale. And then Gotti, the movie Gotti, not the one with John Travolta, but the old one with Armando Sante. Okay. I probably watched it 40 times.
I think you're ready. For this one-woman play of the mafia flash mob.
For this one thing. I know, for this one bit, just because I'm so picky. I have to get these things right. It's like weird. I could force my way through it, but I'm like, no, I'm going to nail this. I'm going to nail this just in case this old mobster who's alive, Michael Francis, sees this bit. I don't want to be like, who told you that? So I want to be like, you told me that in your podcast when you interviewed so-and-so.
Oh, I can't wait. I
know everything. I know everything as long as it's what you came from your lips.
Well, you have to watch The Sopranos. I mean, if you really want to get it all together.
Okay, so I know The Sopranos very well. I've watched The Sopranos. So much so that I wrote this joke, and I feel like, Matt, your background is Italian as well, right? Yeah, okay. So for a long time, we were considered like ethnic, right? We were an ethnic group.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like we weren't we weren't white.
Yeah, I'm Irish Italian.
We were like kind of white.
I'm
you know what
Italian
I mean?
and Irish. Yeah.
Right.
But
So people would be like, "Well, you're Italian." So like Scandinavians, like, "Well, that's not quite white.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
Italian."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Italians, like like it was in the
Yeah.
a marginal type of thing. Okay, so I think it was season 3 of The Sopranos. Pretty sure, but if you want me to look this up, I will. Okay, AJ broke up with his girlfriend. Okay. And Tony's trying to, this is when Italians knew they were officially white. Okay. AJ broke up with his girlfriend and Tony doesn't understand this, right? He's like, "What's the matter? You want me to buy you a blowjob?" And AJ's like, "No." He's like, "What's the matter with you? You're rich. You got the world in your fingers. You're white." And I was like, "Oh my God, are we white?" I guess we're white. We're white now. We officially made it. Yeah, I don't think Italians like fully knew that they were officially like not like they checked the box for white now, you know? Officially white ever since Tony Soprano tried to buy AJ that blowjob and he denied it.
Melded it in. Yeah, I mean, you don't hear people talk about that kind of stuff anymore. It's so ridiculous, honestly. Like, especially at this point in history, for anybody to talk about it. Like, to be Italian...
Blowjobs or being white?
No, to be Italian... all of those things. Yeah, I mean, like, it's ridiculous to even talk about, race in some regards. Like, to be Italian and to be 100% Italian and be on anywhere in the United States, like 60 years ago, was a hell of a ride. Like, maybe a little longer than that ago, but like in the 30s and 40s, like, dude, you had to endure all kinds of shit. Like, anybody that immigrated, and it's still happening, right? So it's like why we thought that it's pretty crazy that it takes 60, 70 years for people to forget or like to just be like, "Oh yeah, you went through the process and you're here long enough now." It's like pretty fucked up, especially when we can go anywhere, really, either walk, fly, or boat, like it's kind of stupid.
Somebody said that other countries are racist. It's true. I mean, there's racism everywhere, but they've never had to like fill out race on a form in their own country the way that we fill it out in America.
Yeah, it's very strange.
There's like all these different boxes. Like there's the way that we keep track of it. I think it's very interesting that, just within our history itself, that, so you're Irish Italian, right? So back in the day, the Irish were here and they had established their churches, but the Italians didn't have a church at first, but the Irish didn't let them worship in their church because the Italians were the Roman Catholic Church and the Irish were not. So the Italians would have to worship in the basement.
Yeah.
So they didn't even go to church together, even though it was the same religion. Huh. And then when you got off the boats, like coming in when you were immigrating, not every boat, but this is a common experience. For the men, they would say, "Are you Catholic or are you Protestant?" And if you were Protestant, you went to one line. And if you were Catholic, you went to the other. And in that line, like they beat you. Huh. They beat you coming into the country because you were Catholic. So like we just have this history that keeps on repeating itself when it comes to just dividing.
So stupid.
And persecuting because someone's different, someone's what you don't want them to be. And it's so weird because I think that at least our generation and maybe like the 10 years before us, whoever was raising kids 10 years before we like came of age or whatever, I feel like kids are being raised to be more compassionate, more accepting. Also, they are aware of looking at toxic traits, like abusive sorts of traits. Yeah. So these kids are coming up and they're seeing like things like, I think that they would be embarrassed. Yeah. Embarrassed if you said things like, "Oh, your grandpa used to believe like this." Yeah. They'd be like, why? They wouldn't get it. But, hopefully we're changing things for the better. And like we have kids and, I don't know.
Hope so.
I don't know.
I hope so.
Like boys are allowed to cry now, which is great.
It's a lot.
You know what I mean?
It's a lot all at once. Like, I think we're in a pretty interesting time. There's a lot going on. Like, just, you know, technology advancement wise, connection wise. It's one thing to say technology. Some people, it doesn't matter, but what it ends up with is like connectivity and speed are so drastically different. Mm-hmm. You know, like you used to have to, as a kid, compete with just the kids in your school. And now you're competing with everyone in the world in your age group. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's insane. It's so insane. So, like, and the social connections are harder because, like, when we grew up, you had so few channels, so few shows that the public conversation was pretty similar. We all have COVID in common, and everything else is individualized. Like, it's really crazy, you know? Like, it's good, I think, but it's also weird. Like, and that's where community like religion is an interesting thing to me, because, like, despite all of that, like, you're basically like, hey, can we all just agree on, like, this kind of amorphous thing that we're all going to be into, you know? And as long as you're not messing with anybody else, it's whatever, you know? Like, it's rough, man. Like, it's weird. And I've been unreligious, basically, and our kids don't know any religion, really. So it's actually interesting. Like, when there's Bible references on TV or at school that people think are ubiquitous, my kids really don't know what you're talking about. Like, if you're like Noah's Ark, they're like, what? Like, you know, these things that are in the zeitgeist of people raised religious. I didn't put it on my kids. I was like, you'll figure it out. There's books. Like, I'm scattering books all over the house about this kind of stuff, like the world's religions and Buddhism over here and Tibetan Book of the Dead over there. Like, it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I certainly don't think I had all the tools to deal with the stories they were telling me when I was 5, you know, like, you know, like, I didn't understand the nuance of it or the metaphor or any of that. So it's like, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. So I don't know. We'll see where that goes. But it's it's crazy. I think you're onto something with the flash mob mafia there.
I think, I better be onto something, because that was a lot of hours. It was a lot of hours to spend researching. But that's also who I am. I am very I like to get things right.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have to be perfect. I just want to get them right.
Yeah. Oh, that's so
yeah,
awesome.
I thought, you know, what's kind of interesting is that, like, the voices and the characters during pandemic, I started like that Dinner with Aunt Shimona thing. Yeah. Those videos with my son. First, they weren't videos in the beginning. Yeah. But what I started to realize was that when it was just him and me, like, there were like no other kids. It was just him and me. And then I think his dad had just moved back, but he was working a lot. And so he didn't see him a lot either. And I was like, oh my God, like, how do you, like, this isn't healthy?
Yeah.
You know
kids weren't meant to be with adults that healthy, much.
But it was just like, right, like, this is so. And then also, I couldn't take him out in public and socialize because everything was closed. And in the past, even when he was like 2, I would take him in the stroller and I would take him to, like, get a muffin or something, and I would drink a tea. So that way he was used to being in a restaurant. You know, you take them like, not on long stints if you don't have to, because if you have a kid, you can't spend 35 minutes in a grocery store, or even 20. Yeah. You've got like a 15-minute window if you're lucky. So I was thinking, okay, so I'm going to have this character, Aunt Shimona, and she's going to teach him things that, like, that way it's not always me teaching him things. Yeah. So Dinner with Aunt Shimona was Aunt Shimona teaching him how to, like, cut the food with the knife and the
Yeah.
fork and all this stuff, how to order. So I was like dressing up. When she would go to the restroom, I was changing all of my clothes and I was going into like a black outfit, and then I was putting on these glasses, and I was the waitress. Then I would come and like serve him, and then he had to order. So Aunt Shimona was telling him stuff that he needed to order. And then he would just get distracted and talk and like never order the things. So there was just like this game, and kids, because he was so little, kids are like natural improvisers, but those voices came in handy because of that. So Shimona taught him how to act in a restaurant, how to get the check, how to pay for it a little bit, you know, how to like not to be yelling, just how to like have dinner conversation, all of that. So that was a birth of kind of like necessity, but also that's where she came from. And so she had this whole backstory too. Like, and I was like, we're going to dig deep. So her backstory was that she had a salon theater. So she got double closed when the governor closed everything, because he shut down all the theaters and all the salons. Mm-hmm. So she got double closed, and they specialized in horrors. And so her salon was called Hair Razors. So like there's this whole backstory. And so she got double shut down. And so now she has so she moved in with her sister, who was me, to like help out with the little one. And so, but just a full on, like I dig deep.
Yeah.
Okay. When it comes into it, like we're going to dig deep the way like Michael B. Jordan has a character like journal as an actor, I guess. He like journals who the character is every day. So he gets into a role, and I was like, oh yeah, that seems like, but you tell a comic that and we take it as like another way to write jokes.
Yeah.
Like, so we don't take it as like this deep dive to embodying somebody perfectly for the screen. It's like, hair razors. Like, just so I started this thing, but the one thing that I wasn't able to do was duplicate how to behave in a store. And I found out the detriment of that when I took him to the mall. And he got on an escalator and he tried to act like Elf when Elf does the splits. You know, Will Ferrell in the movie when he does the splits. So he's on the escalator trying to do the splits. I was like, oh my God, you're going to fall. What's happening? And I was like, oh my God. He doesn't know how to act in a grocery store. He doesn't know how to act in a mall or in a shopping area, because we order everything online. I hardly take him shop. You know, it's like, it's not something that we normally do. I do Target pickups more than anything because I think it's smart. And I'll tell everybody who's listening this, when you walk into Target to get 2 things, you walk out with 18. And the way to avoid that is you go online and you do a Target pickup.
You can't shop.
And you just have them bring out those 3 items to your car or whatever it is, and you will save a bundle.
You can't shop.
So that's what we do. So the kid hardly goes into Target. So he doesn't know how to behave. I'm like, oh my goodness. So it's what they missed during those crucial years of getting used to being a regular human being out in the open. So,
but I mean, you prove a point.
So now I got to teach him at 7.
I like going to Target because it's a little escape. But you're totally right. Like, you're walking around. You know, I was hoping there'd be a lot more coming out of the pandemic of lessons learned that get, become life learnings. And I don't have any hope of that anymore. It's just like settled back in, but that's okay. I love the Shimona thing. Like, I can't, like, wait till he's older and has this experience. Like, what a gift it would be to be a fly on the wall to hear him explaining his learning about restaurant skills. Like, so dope. Like that you did that. It's so cool. Like, it's so fun.
Well, I think it's funny that I think he thinks that when I do a character, I'm no longer like all existence of his mom is gone. Because I have a few characters, he'll be like, if he gets mad at me, sometimes he'll be like, can you call my Aunt Shimona?
Dude, what a gift. You got to come up with some other character that can be like there for everything else you need to catch. Like, oh my God.
There's one named Yolanda. And so sometimes we'll ask for her. And she's like, so there's a couple. But he was talking to my sister, and my sister said something like, your mom is so funny. And he's like, no, she's not. And she said, I see you on the internet laughing with her all the time. And he goes, That's my Aunt Shimona.
That's amazing.
That's like, he was like, no, I don't know who you're talking about. My mom tells me to pick up my stuff. My Aunt Shimona says the waitress will get it. What are you talking about?
That's amazing. Oh, man.
Yeah. By the way, how are your kids doing? How old are they now?
16 and 12. It's crazy.
No.
Yeah. Driving out in the world. It's bananas. Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's different. I'm psyched for her, you know, like I think she's taken all the responsibility you could possibly take of it, and that's all I could hope for. It's crazy out there, dude. It's crazy to think about it, you know. But, you know, I remember getting the keys to my car. There's nothing better. Like, that level of teenager is unprecedented. Like, it's so great those times, you know, like, I feel bad for people who turned 16 during the pandemic and like had nowhere to go and couldn't be with people. Like, wow. You know what I was talking about? You'll get not a kick out of this. It's pretty dark, but like I was talking with my family, like, thank God my grandparents died just before the pandemic. Like, yeah. I'm so happy they missed all that bullshit. Like, so it's like, it is going to be what it's going to be. But like I said, that is like the only thing we all have in common as earthlings alive right now. You know, everything else is kind of up for grabs, like truth, government, religion, do your own research, everything. It's just like, Jesus, like, how are we going to get back to like, at least can we all agree on like a couple of things like that we want to do? Like, you notice that it was terribly hot every day in July. Did anybody else notice that? Like, that's not okay. Like, It's weird. It's weird. But
it's weird that people deny global warming, and it's weird that people think that the earth is flat.
It's like, prove it. Like, okay, maybe the earth is flat. Take your GoPro and show me, bitch. Like, what? Like, why are we still having this conversation?
We have drones.
Take me to the edge. Like, let's go. Like, it's
oh
wow. Yeah. Like, yeah, it's amazing. So we're doing okay considering all of the crazy.
I try to be as gracious as I can with some of the, okay, like there are so many bones and fossils to support the existence of dinosaurs. Okay. And you've talked to me for over an hour, and so you know that I am a believer in the Bible, okay? But I will never... The people are like, well, they weren't in the Bible. So I'm like, what are you talking about?
It is a really good, amazing book, but it is mostly poems and metaphors. Like, come on. So crazy.
Don't freeze on me. Hold on. So now you got to go back because you froze on me. So you said it's a really good, amazing, and I feel like you froze again.
It's an amazing book. It stood the test of time. No one can deny. But it's full of metaphors and stories and poems and secret codes. Like, and they didn't get everything because how could you? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So I'm a big believer. I'm a big believer in all that stuff that's in there. At the same time, just because it's not in there, it doesn't mean that it didn't exist. Just because dinosaurs aren't in the Bible, it doesn't mean they don't exist.
There's lots of animals.
Black holes aren't in the Bible. Yeah. It doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. You know what I mean? It's like Halley's Comet isn't in the Bible. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like you can't write about everything.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's funny that people have. Well, I mean, people can decide. Well, I think it's funny that collectively people have decided that dinosaurs don't exist. And collectively, like there are collective groups that have decided. I
realized that was a thing. People think dinosaurs don't exist?
Yeah. No.
Oh, is that like the Creation Museum thing?
A collective group. No, I don't know if it's necessarily that, but there are people who just don't believe that the dinosaurs existed. Like groups of people that have come together. Groups of people have come together and have been like, yeah, I don't believe that the earth is round either. And so they really, it's not just one. It's not just your Uncle Vinny, you know, who believes all the crazy stuff. This is like Uncle Vinny found his friends.
Yeah, the internet has allowed that to grow, for sure. Yeah.
And so, I don't know, I think it's funny. I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess like the government confirmed aliens.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah, we'll see.
Like, of course there is. Like, I don't like, I think it's, of course there's other life forms.
If you're of the earth, right? And you believe that we're on a planet in a solar system, right? As part of the cosmos, part of the universe. The whole thing is made of the same stuff. Like so that humans are a natural outgrowth of that same stuff. It stands to reason there would be others potentially possible if the possibilities are infinite. There could also be other things. Like, for anybody that thinks they know what the fuck is going on, I don't 100% believe them. Like, we're still figuring it out, and we only get about 100 years if we're lucky to do it. So, I mean, look up in the sky when it's really dark and there's no light pollution, and you tell me you know what's going on. Like, I don't believe you. Like, nobody knows. And the fact that some people figured some of it out and like built buildings that were set at the right angle to show things about things is incredible. You know, like, incredible. So, yeah, man, I think it makes it very, like, I didn't feel until now that I was living through an important time until, like, I mean, recent years, like, the 80s, 90s just kind of like went by. Everything was okay. And there's a cultural thing about them that was cool, you know, like 80s neon and pop music and the 90s grunge. Like, think about it. What else do we remember from those times? Like, nothing. Like, there was nothing.
The fashion.
Right? Like,
yeah.
So, yeah, clothes, music, but no, like, we got through the 60s, we thought it was settled business, you know, like we got through the Civil Rights Act, thought it was settled business. 70s, all that shit, the flower power. We got through a lot and learned a lot, I thought. Like, that's what I took to it. But it was kind of uneventful until, 9/11, and then kind of all hell broke loose in terms of, like, we've had a lot of shit happen that's crazy. Meanwhile, AI is here now. We're stuck with it, and we're going to have to figure that one out. Social media. Like, holy shit, man. So we're paying attention to things like how old our leaders are, like, is mind-boggling. And just, like, when you can talk to everybody and language is not the issue anymore, you really start to get to the root of, like, human existence. And you would have hoped that the COVID thing would have been like, hey, wake up, dummies. So now they're trying aliens. Like, is that what we're going to try as a global experience to, like, finally get people to wake up? I don't know. I don't know.
I think a title is coming to mind is there's this Disney Pixar movie that came out called Raya and the Last Dragon.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Several times.
So that big blob grows with human discord.
Yeah.
When humans are against each other and they pity, like, that's how that blob had its power. And it was a great movie all around. When you, like, the artistry, that you had two females in a strong, in like in a warrior role, I'll say that. Yeah. The self-sacrificing, the coming together in the end. Yeah. But the cause of all of that, the cause of something that could beat them and this mysterious thing that could kill all the dragons and everything, was human discord. And I remember watching that with Ben, like, and actually watching it, because sometimes when you're with your kids and they're watching a movie, you're like doing work. You know, but the second time I caught that, and I thought, this is so relevant for now.
Yeah.
The way that people win elections in our country is not what can I do for my community? What can I do to help the infrastructure? Any of that. It is human discord.
Yeah.
It is what do people, they win on a moral vote. They win on it's not even promises. It's not even plans.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's yeah, that's what it is. And they stay tearing us apart.
Yeah.
It's
we just got to get our kids to understand it and recognize it and not fall for the same dumb shit. But like, it's a lot of responsibility.
Absolutely.
Like, that's what I'm saying is like, we had these years where we thought we're going to coast by, just get old, live our lives, and everything's going to be great. It's like, man, this is difficult. Like, this is very difficult to navigate.
No.
And
we got to fix so much. I have my sister and I have very different viewpoints of let's say female body autonomy and like not.
Yeah.
Like, I believe that it's none of my business.
Okay.
You know, it's like if something happens, if a woman gets pregnant and there's difficulty there, whether it's financial hardship, whether it's like the family, whatever it is, that is none of my business. I am not in the position to adopt that child. Yeah. I've never fostered. I don't have, and I think that the only people who might have anything to say about anybody else's body or whatever, or even choice, like maybe if you adopt, maybe if you foster, but if you don't do any of those things, then I believe you have no skin. Yeah. You don't have an opinion. You're not putting yourself out there to care for that child. So don't. And I have my own belief systems for me, but those are for me, just like you're saying. You know, people have their own values, their own faith, but like that's for you. Yeah. That's for you. But my sister will like send me things sometimes, and then I'll send her things sometimes on Instagram, and she'll like, oh, this is why Tucker Carlson got fired. Like, it just like kind of goes back and forth. I mean, maybe Tucker got fired because people won't watch him anymore. I don't know. Yeah. You know, like, who knows? But I'm sure that I don't care, but it's one of those things where it's like, I can't believe that I never thought that it would be an issue. I never thought that in a place that talks about like freedom of choice and freedom of religion and freedom of this and I never thought that this, and I'm not married at this point in time. I don't think I'm going to have a baby again, but like if I have a surprise pregnancy after I get married and the doctor says something like, hey, this is not going to go well, you know, like, what do you think? I do want to be able to have that choice. Yeah. I want that choice. You know, I want to be able to like go to God in prayer and talk it over with my husband. And like, I want, you know what I mean? Like, because I have a child that I don't want to die for, you know what I mean? Like, it's a very difficult thing, but I want that choice. And if that choice is to take that risk and to try to bring that baby to term, then maybe that's my choice. But do you know what I mean? I just feel like I never ever
settled
thought
business.
That
we thought we had settled it. Yeah.
Yes, like you're talking about. It's
crazy. And you know, I
can't, and I do have family that's like, that's genocide, you know, and they really feel strongly about the murder of unborn children is what they would call it. And it's not your business. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, it's not, I don't know. It's not your business. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it's hard enough to live our own lives. Yeah. It's hard enough to raise our own kids with values. It's hard enough to put food on the table, like during a strike. Let's talk about that, you know, but it's tough enough. The hardships that I face on a daily basis and even like temptation of not yelling at my son sometimes. We're not supposed to yell at our children. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's something that God frowns on, but like, this is my hardship. This is my walk. But I don't know.
It's crazy to think that people have
crazy to me.
So much that they think they should be able to it's one thing to have an opinion about other people and what they do. It's another to think you can enforce on them things. Like, that's the weird part that I just don't understand. Like, that's not leadership to me. That's just not, inspiration. That's just dictatorship. And for what reason? Like, I was...
But they'll catch a vote that way.
Yeah, but like, I always talk with my son, like, I don't know if you've been involved ever with government or those types of, like, local governments or local boards and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. It's hard. It's really hard to get anything done. It's not an efficient system. It's not the best. But like, usually it's people trying to do their best for their community, trying to, do the best thing. Whereas like, man, if it rises to the point where you want to be able to tell everybody what to do, like in, let's just say, your town, like if the mayor wanted to control what everybody does in their town, you'd be like, that guy's a psycho. Like, why would, like, leave us alone? But somehow it's risen to way beyond mayor of like, I am going to dictate what everybody living on this piece of dirt is going to do. It's like, what? Like, why? Like, why do you give a shit? Like, make the trains run on time, make shit work. That's what you're there to do, to fix the collective. Everything else, just stop. Don't tell me what to think, what to do, like how to live my life. That's crazy. And the fact that we just accept it is really hard, because I don't know if they're like, I don't know about you, but I didn't really think that much about politics a lot. Like, maybe that's my not think, but it's just like, God, it's so in your face all the time. I mean,
so
I don't know.
I only thought about it when it was time to vote.
Yeah.
And now it's like year round.
It's constant.
And
Yeah. I have given up news for the most part. I will say, like, watching, consuming, like there was times like deep into the pandemic, I watched too much news. I was too into it. I was too invested. But I don't know, dude. It's thank God comedy's back. Thank God we're both doing shows. Trying to think of fun things to joke about that aren't, related to
I know
doom and gloom. But like, I'm still optimistic, and I'm still trying to find good things.
There are so many good things, great things in the world, and the news just is not.
It's not good for you.
And we can make fun of the news. We can make fun of it a little bit, but I'm with you though on that. I've really given up on. I figure if there's some piece of information I need to know, my mom will tell me. She watches the news. Her and my grandma are all about it. So you know what? Like Ben does not watch the news at all. And I think it's funny because we don't even have cable. We have just the streaming services. Yeah. And that is because of the last writer's strike and the crap TV that came out of that.
Yeah. What was born out of the last writer's strike was the explosion of reality TV. Like, what kind of hellscape are we going to inherit now?
Hold on. Okay, no, you can come in. Hold on. Sorry about that. Yeah. So, okay, you were saying.
I just said
what was born of the last writer's strike.
The last writer's strike gave us all of the reality TV. What kind of hellscape are we gonna inherit now? It's just like, man, actors and writers are gone. AI is interesting, but it's not human experience. It's plagiarism on a huge scale. It's going to be very different. It's going to be very, very different no matter what. And I think Snoop Dogg said it best. He's like, how are you going to get 1 billion streams and not have $1 million in your pocket? Like, we got to fix this shit. Like, it's like, yeah, somebody is getting paid that's doing nothing. So somewhere between nothing and, well, you have the numbers. Like, I don't know if you do residuals and stuff like that, but it's very detailed. It's down to the second of airtime and things for music, for example. It's down to the second of airtime because it's all digital, right? So you get paid for music for 18 seconds. You get paid for music for 9 seconds, and it's on the report. So they know how many times something is streaming. They know how much people are watching, and theoretically, you could know how much a person's face is on the screen. So, like, there's no excuse for them to be insanely profitable and not pay for those that create the content. Now, it's going to be interesting because they're going to lean hard on, well, we'll just get AI to write, because they're not necessarily all creators themselves, so they're not good judges of that stuff a lot, right? So they can pump out a bunch of shit and it's going to be bad, and maybe over time AI will get so good we won't know the difference, and then that's a different world. But I think it's scarier for writers, less scary for actors, but very different. Like, I think we're going to see a shift of like what people will go see. Like, live performance is always going to trump, like I don't even say Trump anymore. Live performance is going to be better than everything, you know, and the movies are still, they need to that now capture human, like it's got to change, but they got to get paid. Like some of the writer ideas and actor ideas, like not every actor is getting paid $10 million to do a movie. Like when you go watch a movie and watch the credits, you know, there's a lot of people that made, you know, $40 an hour to do that, you know, and worked insane hours to do it. And there are hundreds and thousands of them like on the screen. If you saw Oppenheimer, it's like so many people, just the scroll of people that contribute. Oh, yeah. So it's, you know, it's not that we can't find the data and pay people accordingly based on their contributions. It's they don't want to do that. Like that's crazy. So you're seeing like A24 being like, whatever, you're in, we'll follow your rules. There's going to be people that are just like, well, okay, I am a multimillionaire already, so I'm going to start my own studio. You know, like it's like there's no incentive other than mass distribution. I have friends in the business, obviously. Like it's a weird time. Like the big studios just should be better. Like yeah, continue doing what you're doing. We don't want to supplant you, but Jesus, like be fair. It seems like, right? Like. Yeah. Like you shouldn't make millions and millions of dollars because you are an executive at one of those places and fairly say like, yeah, we don't have to pay for the content. Bitch, the content that's getting made is what's making you a millionaire. You got to remember that. Like, yeah. So it's strange times, but we'll see what happens, I guess. I don't know. I got to wrap this thing, man. I got to get back to the family.
I know you do. I'm sorry. My son and my neighbor like walk through the door. My door is almost always unlocked during the day, like whenever we're home. So the kids just run.
Yeah. No, it's all good.
It's like, hey.
It's all good. I so appreciate you. Do you want to plug anything or talk about any upcoming stuff you got going on before we go?
You know what? I'm just going to plug my Instagram right now. My Instagram is at Melanie B Comedy. I am hopefully working with an organization soon. We're pitching some live comedy shows. Okay. They work with veterans. Okay. Veterans and like mental health and suicide prevention. So hopefully we can get some fundraising shows going for stand up, and we want to start. My vote is to start here a little bit, and then but just all over, like here downtown Orange County, and just really have that going. So cool.
Good luck with that. Let me know how I can help.
My hopes up for that because thanks. So just working on that and producing, but for sure following me on Instagram is always helpful because I post my shows there. Coming out to a show, you're not going to see that mafia flash dance bit for probably about 3 months.
Yeah, that's all right.
Because it's a work in progress, but I'm going to get it down. And I'm excited about it because when I say like, I can dance, but not like a Laker girl, they aren't hiring me to like for an 8 count in a music video. So, but I guess I'm going to have to learn, right?
Don't let perfect be the enemy of good, right? Don't let perfect be the enemy of good.
Yes.
Get out there. Find the beats.
Yes, I will work on that.
All right, you. It's so good to catch up again, and so good to see you.
You too. All right. Oh yeah, I do have a show coming up with James Frey.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, I do. Hold on. Yeah. Actually, coming up soon. When is this podcast going to be released?
Probably in the next couple days.
Okay, then cool. So my show with James Frey is on August. Hold on. Coming up August 19th. It's a Saturday.
Plenty of time.
The August 19th. It's a Lady Face.
Oh, yeah.
In Agora Hills, Lady Face Ale House.
Right on. Maybe I'll come out to that. That's local.
They have really good. Yeah, they have little good burgers there.
Yes, they do.
Good, so
yeah.
So come out, and shows in Santa Barbara as well. But just follow the Instagram, and then you'll see the post, and then you'll know when I post to you, and
Very cool. Thank you so much, Melanie.
Melanie B, like the Spice Girl comedy. Thank you, Matt, for having me.
Good to see you.
Bye.
Anything come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that rings in the nights, repeats and repeats in my ear. Don't you know, little fool, you ain't never gonna win. Use your mentality, wake up to reality. But each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop just before I begin. Yes, I've got you under my skin. Hey there, you with the stars in your eyes. Love never made